Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings, to the WeAreChange daily news show, where we go over all the important news that usually is censored away from you or you're not supposed to know about. Now, before we start, there's really no easy way of saying this, but CNN took us down. Yeah, I know, that seems very sensational and very unlikely, but let me explain to you what happened. So yesterday, myself and Jason Burmis were doing a live stream of the State of the Union using footage from C-SPAN, like hundreds of other independent journalists and YouTubers, to stream the video and give live commentary to it. Now, right as Donald Trump was approaching the podium, we got a notification that there was a copyright match and that our broadcast has been terminated and ended, then blocked all around the world because of a visual content match that Turner, CNN, claimed against our news channel. We, of course, countered the claim because it was C-SPAN's video and not CNN's video that we were playing on our YouTube channel. But our ability to do a live stream now has been taken away, and according to YouTube, may take up to 90 days in order to get back up. And as an independent news organization that is mainly known for going live during major events and is funded by the people, this is a huge loss for us. It ruins our content schedule and a very important interview, which we were supposed to do live tomorrow with former presidential candidate and Congressman Ron Paul, which now is canceled because we can't do it live anymore and we need the super chats in order to sustain this operation. Now, to be honest with you, we really don't have the kind of best of relationship with CNN, where we literally confronted every one of their news anchors, including Anderson Cooper, 3 times because he's special. The videos are actually pretty funny. They'll be in the description below of this video. And the same could be said with YouTube, because we've been calling out their censorship problems and unethical behavior ever since we started using the platform, even all the way back in 2008, where we were even calling for a YouTube boycott almost 10 years ago because of their censorship. Now, of course, YouTube has returned the favor by giving us the short end of the stick many times and demonetizing us years ago, way before it was even cool to be demonetized. Now, I'll be honest with you, it's fun to sometimes imagine a big conspiracy against you with Anderson Cooper in his basement clicking F5, going on the phone call, telling YouTube to cancel and take us down. Now, most likely that is not the case at all, and this is a problem with YouTube's algorithm, and there most likely isn't any vast conspiracy here, but this does have a huge impact on our independent media organization, and I don't really see YouTube or CNN going out of their way for us anytime soon. So, in the meantime, definitely go to wearechange.org and sign up on our email list, which I don't even know how to use. I'm not using yet, but until we get fully taken down, then we'll start using. And of course, a tremendous shout out and appreciation of gratitude for all the people who keep us independent with their donations on wearechange.org/donate. Now, all right, moving forward with the original purpose of these videos, let's talk about what's actually happening out there in the world. Now, of course, there's a lot of hubbub about Donald Trump's State of the Union address, which, by the way, me and Jason gave a complete breakdown after we were censored on YouTube on our Facebook page, which I definitely recommend you check out in the description below. And while the empty platitudes and broken promises dominated headlines, there's a bigger headline that no one's really talking about, and it is the potential of a NATO Civil War, as we're seeing right now unfold in the Middle East, as Turkey and the United States are coming closer to a direct military conflict that both sides are showing no intentions of stopping. You know, not many people are talking about this on the news, but Turkey, a NATO state, has invaded Syria in order to attack the Kurds, which of course have been trained, armed, and positioned with U.S. soldiers. Turkey has issued a statement to the United States saying that they need to withdraw their troops away from the Kurds immediately so they could conduct their military action against them. And the United States is answering back by saying, screw you dudes, we're definitely not pulling back, which of course has created a war of words between these two NATO countries, and hopefully won't spark a war between the two nations, but with an unpredictable Turkey, which not so long ago just took down a Russian military aircraft, is very emboldened with their cause against the Kurds and has slowly been shifting alliances towards Russia. Even just a few weeks ago, Turkey had completed its purchase of Russian advanced missile defense systems. And it's not just Turkey that the United States has isolated in the Middle East, mainly because of the chaotic foreign policy and recognition of Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, but the majority of the Middle East, as Russia is now planning to sell more missile systems to Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Syria, and even more to Turkey. Pakistan may even do the same, as they are saying that they are recalibrating their own foreign and security policy with consideration to ally more with Russia and China instead of the United States, which he openly criticized in yesterday's State of the Union speech, promoting and celebrating, of course, more American militarism. And if you look at the track record of that, especially when it comes to countries like Libya, Iraq, Syria, and of course Afghanistan, which is becoming more plagued with deadly terrorist attacks, and also open pedophilia and opium trade that has increased to 90% of the world's supply ever since the United States decided to liberate that country. And when we look at that track record, it's easy to understand why America is losing its influence, especially with its foreign policy all around the world. And Donald Trump is only expanding these horrible moves, as now officially at this rate, he has increased drone assassinations 8 times than his previous predecessor, Barack Obama. 8 times more drone assassinations at this rate than Barack Obama, who increased it tenfold than his predecessor, George W. Bush. Do you see the trend here? And with Donald Trump promising to expand military might and potential of the United States, when it already by a long shot is the biggest military in the world, if not human history, with over 1,000 military bases in 80 countries. Now, I definitely don't think that is making America great again, but if you think I'm wrong, let me know in the comments section below why. But ultimately, a lot of this just seems pointless, especially as the United States loses its influence, and most importantly, not having a positive impact on the world. Now, while the Democrats and Republicans yesterday at the State of the Union all stood up in unison for militarism and the possibility of bombing Iran, here domestically, they're kind of at odds with each other, especially around the memo, which of course everyone has been talking about and is a classified memo that top congressional Republicans says details government surveillance abuse. Now, of course, this memo is classified, and House Republicans may actually vote on it as soon as Monday to release it to the general public. Now, the FBI is like, no, we shouldn't release this. It's probably inaccurate information. And the FBI director is probably saying that right now and opposing releasing this memo because allegedly this memo accuses the FBI of misusing their authority in order to obtain a secret surveillance order on a former Trump campaign associate. Now, of course, the Democrats don't want this memo released, and Donald Trump is saying 100% this should be released. The DOJ is calling this extraordinarily reckless, and that it somehow compromises security because it shows how the FBI spies on people. And no, we know the government spies on every one of our communications if they want to actually have those communications in very underhanded, nasty, disgusting ways. That's already well known because of Edward Snowden. You know, the CIA NSA whistleblower. Now it looks like there's a tug of war between the DOJ that doesn't want the memo released and Trump, who of course wants the memo to be released. Julian Assange made the point that this is stupid hysteria since the memo was already read by half of Congress. But according to other sources, people like the FBI director were reportedly shocked to their core after reading this 4-page FISA memo, which many attribute to the current FBI director stepping down, retiring early. But regardless of the tug of war and political battle, I do hope that this memo is mainly released just so we could have some transparency in what the government is actually doing to us. I mean, on this channel, we could assume, and we're mostly right because it's usually bad, but having a documentation of it helps a lot. So we'll see how the government committee votes on this and what Donald Trump will do in the next coming days. This really shouldn't be a political issue, but more of a transparency issue. But don't tell that to the Democrats because they utterly have no spine at all and are constant flip-floppers, with just a new recent poll showing that a majority of Democrats now have a favorable view of George W. Bush. And, of course, now a large majority also trust the FBI. People need to realize this. The opposition is compromised. There is no resistance. It's wolf in sheep's clothing. There are a bunch of buttholes as well as the Republicans. I mean, look who the Democrats picked yesterday to respond to Donald Trump's State of the Union. This ginger redhead statist that voted to allow the DEA to arrest medical marijuana patients, voted 3 times against U.S. veterans from using medical marijuana, and even voted against kids using non-psychedelic marijuana. marijuana products to treat their seizures. So yeah, a lot of stupidity all around, which of course is being pushed by the mainstream media, which, by the way, a single organization known as the Council on Foreign Relations, which we have been raging about for years now, predominantly has a hand in all the media companies that usually push this propaganda and crap on you. So yeah, that's happening. And remember, don't believe anybody. The sources for all the articles we talked about will be in our Steemit post and DTube post, which will be posted in the comment section of this video, and also on my Twitter account, twitter.com/LukeWeAreChange. So yeah, wish us luck on this platform. We definitely need it. Regardless of our current situation, we still have to enjoy the ride that we're on, and I'm very happy to have such amazing people like yourselves who keep this operation independent and running with your donations with us, and that is why I end every single show with these simple words of me saying, I love you! Thank you again so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. Hopefully here, maybe somewhere else, who knows? Wherever we go, we're not going away anytime soon.